All right, Shalom. First off, and give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rakakutas. Want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and the sincere Shalom to all the Akim out here that's doing again, pushing this work in truth and in sincerity. I want to go on this video that the Israelites were cursed to be dispersed around the world and be called Gentiles. Okay. Um, In fact, Israelites being called Gentiles is a curse. Okay, because you don't know who your nationality according to the Bible. Okay, and history. Okay, that you come from. If you are Israelite, which predominantly are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know, as the scriptures say, we're scattered throughout the whole entire globe. Okay, and wherever we are scattered, okay, or whatever, people we are a part of, we may look like those people, okay? Because, it's not about, you know, the skin color or complexion or, what a person may look like on the inside, okay? But what that spirit is and that blood that's inside of that person, because it's a bloodline, okay? And that the bloodline comes from a certain spirit, certain vibration, okay? Um, so when we go into the book of you know what? Yeah, John 7:31. It says, and many of the people believed on him and said, when Yahweh comes, will he do more miracles than these which this man has done? And it says that the Pharisees heard that the people murmured such things concerning him, and the Pharisees and the chief priests sent officers to take him. Then said Yahweh unto them, yet a little while I am with you, and then I go unto him that sent me. You shall seek me, and you shall not find me, and where I am, thither you cannot come. And they, as the scriptures say, it says, then said the Jews among themselves, right? Which Jews is, the tribe of Judah is just one tribe, okay, out of 12 tribes. During this time, okay, you had three tribes. You had Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Okay, the rest of the tribes, for the most part, they came over here to the Americas. Okay, some of them stayed back, with the three tribes. Okay, but for the most part, um, uh, the Jews are so-called Negroes. Okay, the West Indians. Okay, and the Haitians. Okay, the Negroes are the tribe of Judah, okay, predominantly. The West Indians, so-called West Indians, are the tribe of Benjamin, and the tribe of Levi would be the so-called Haitians, okay. So it says, then said the Jews among themselves, right, whither will he go, that we shall not find him? And they thought this was carnal. It says, will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? Now, when you go into the NLT version, okay, the 35th verse, it says, the Jewish leaders were puzzled by this statement. Where is he planning to go? They asked. Is he thinking of leaving the country and going to the Jews in other lands? Maybe he will even teach the Greeks. Okay, because you had Jews that were in other lands. Everybody that was an Israelite that live in the land of Israel. Okay. Now, when we go into the book, the word dispersed, right, which is diaspora in the Greek. Okay, it says a scattering, a dispersion. of Israelites dispersed among foreign nations. Okay? So the Israelites were scattered, okay, into these other nations. Okay, and that's a curse, as the scriptures say. Okay. Now when we go into the word Gentile, okay, it says a Greek either by nationality, it says whether a native of the mainland or of the Greek islands or colonies. Okay. Now the word Greek, or in this context is Helen or Hellene. Okay. People have a hard time understanding this because you have to say, based off of the chronological order, okay, chronology, right? The arrangement of events or dates and the order of their occurrence, right? It says, it says a document displaying an arrangement of events in the order of their occurrence, a study of historical records to establish the dates of past events. Now, the reason why this is important, chronology, okay, is you will say who was the first Greek, okay? Then you date it back. Ask the question: who was uh, the first Israelite? Okay, you see, you would see what when you go into who was the first Greek. You had other people that ended up becoming a part of that lineage. I mean, not lineage, but that nationality. Okay, now let's see who was the first Greek. Let's see if this pops up. Okay, it says the first Greeks, two major groups of people, the Minoans and my Mycenaeans, okay, were the first to populate the Greek peninsula. Okay, not much is known about either of these groups because they did not leave an abundance of written or physical evidence to provide clues about their civilization. Okay, now I believe that they say that the um, ancient Greeks, I could be wrong, okay, were the people of Japheth, okay, and then Esau came along and took over, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, um, it says that the uh, scholars agree that we can speak of the first culture and civilization, and that's one thing that people have to realize. It's a civilization, okay, that was specifically Greek at around 1600 BCE. Okay, now who was the first Israelite? Okay, and these are things that people can look up, which they go off on this, okay, about who was the first Israelite. Okay, the first Israelite was Jacob. Okay, because Jacob came, as it says, Israelite, which his sons would, Israelite means from the seed of Jacob. Okay, Jacob was Israel. Okay, And then he had 12 sons. Those were the first Israelites. Okay, his 12 sons and his daughter. Okay, so that was the beginning of the lineage. Okay, the word civilization, it says the stage of human social and cultural development and organization that is considered most advanced. Okay, the society, culture, and way of life of a particular area. Okay, so you had Israelites who weren't living in the land of Israel, even though that they came from that lineage. They were following the customs of our land and the culture of our land, the language of other lands. Okay, and that would be a curse. Okay, it says, in a wider sense, the name embraces all nations, not Jews, that made the language, customs, and learning of the Greeks their own. The primary reference is to a difference of religion and uh, worship. Okay, now I believe one of the words, let me see, Grecian. Let me see. I believe Titus, his father, was a Greek. Okay, okay, but Titus was an Israelite. This is Galatians 2 and 3. It says, but neither Titus, who was with me, being a Greek, was compelled to be circumcised. Right, and it's the same definition is that word uh, Gentile. Okay, which is Helene. Okay, I just wanted to see if this word, okay, is written inside of the scriptures. Okay, it is Acts 9 and 29. Okay, now this says, and he spake boldly in the name of the Lord Yahweh and disputed against Grecians, but they went about to slay him. Right, and the word right here for Grecian is Hellenistis. Okay, and it says one who imitates the manners and customs or the worship of the Greeks and use the Greek tongue. Used in the New Testament of Jews born in foreign lands and speaking Greek. Okay? So will he go to the Israelites that is dispersed, and following after these people? Okay, they going to hell off. How are you going to teach them? Okay? And that's where the curse comes into play. Okay? In the book of Deuteronomy 28 and 64. Okay? And before I go there, okay, I'm going to get Jeremiah 17 and 4. It says, and thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, And I will cause you to serve your enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For you have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. Okay? And we were brought here on the slave ships in America. Okay? And we lost our heritage. Okay? And it says, Deuteronomy 28 and 64, this is the curse. And the Lord shall scatter you among all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other. Okay? And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Okay? And you wouldn't know that you were an Israelite because you going off and you worshiping other things that, you know, our forefathers never realized or recognized. Okay? And you come into the knowledge of you being an Israelite, you worship the God of your fathers because you coming back into your heritage. Okay? And that goes to wherever our people are because we are scattered throughout the whole entire globe and not realizing that we are Israelites. That's a curse. The Lord cursed us by not us, taking away the knowledge of who we are. Okay? But here we are waking back up onto who we are. We're repenting. Okay? And we're waiting for the Lord to come back to redeem his people, as the scriptures say, Isaiah 11 and 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set up his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people. Okay? It says, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and Elam and Shinar, and these places aren't being called the places that they are, today. With a example of probably a few, okay. In it says in Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. Right in the NLT version, it says those who remain in Assyria and northern Egypt and southern Egypt and Elam, right? It says Ethiopia, right? Babylonia, Hamath, and all distant coastlands. So wherever our people are, okay? And it says, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations and shall assemble the outcast of Israel, okay? It says, and gather together the dispersed. There go that word dispersed again. Oh man, right? Because we was cursed, okay? Which is napas, okay, in the Hebrew, to shatter, break, dash, beat into pieces, okay? To scatter, the Lord scattered us, okay, over the whole entire globe, okay? We were we were exiled, okay? Outcast, okay? Pushed or thrown away because we kindled a fire in our Lord, okay? It says, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. Okay. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. Okay. And uh it says, then at last the jealousy between Israel and Judah will end. They will not be rivals anymore because you have the northern and the southern kingdom. Okay, the southern kingdom are those the Jews that stayed back. Okay, in the land during the time when the Lord was on the scene. Okay, they called it the kingdom of Judea. okay, those three tribes, okay, and the rest of the tribes were over here. You know, it was a split in the kingdom, okay, of the Israelites, okay. But here our people are coming back and realizing that we are, the Lord's people, okay, and that hatred, that jealousy that was on our people before is going to be wiped away because the Lord is going to gather His people again, okay, and they're not going to go off anymore, okay. So with that, Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to say shalom till next time.